Hello everyone and welcome back to my The General Hospital 24 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Molly Lansing Davis faced some horror over the paperwork to have Christina Corinthos Davis committed. Sonny Corinthos also headed to the OR after hearing some prognostications from his croaker. So then's how Thursday's show played out. At Lulu Spencer's house, she canvassed Lucas Jones for her relinquishment story before he headed to. Brooklyn Quartermain brought Cody Bell in as a case after he got demurred by a steed, so Lucas examined him when he returned to the sanitarium. Lucas mentioned his interview with Lulu and the relinquishment story she was working on for the Landview Banner, so Brooklyn plotted to hide her fear. Back at Lulu's place, she quizzed Rocco Falconeri about his amalgamated family experience when Sam and Dante Falconeri got together. Rocco also assured Lulu that he was where he wanted to be when it came to spending time at the new house. Dante came to pick Rocco up, so he sought updates on how Lulu's relinquishment story was going while he was there. Once Lulu was alone, she looked at her notes about Brooklyn's relinquishment case on her laptop. Brooklyn showed up to demand answers now that she knew about the relinquishment story that Lulu was writing. At the Fur Coops, Jason Morgan connected with Danny Morgan and encouraged him to open up about his passions. Since Jason missed Danny just like Sam, they participated some sweet father-son moments. While Dante brought Rocco to the Fur Coops, Molly took a perambulation with Rick Lansing since he was using a perambulator at GH. Although Molly wouldn't give Rick an claim about staying down from Ava, she did make it clear that she had enterprises. Molly was upset about the possibility of Ava dragging Rick into further trouble. At the law office, Alexis Davis and Diane Miller hired Marco Rios despite chancing out that dangerous Jen Sidwell was his father. Diane gave Marco a mound of lines, including one that inaptly included the guardianship papers that had been drawn up for Christina. Once Marco showed Diane the papers, she admitted they were included in that train by mistake and pushed for his discretion about this particular matter. Diane put the guardianship paperwork in a manila envelope and wrote Davis on it before putting it in her bag. Subsequently, Diane headed to the sanitarium to bandy a guardianship-related issue with Rick since Sonny wanted to take Avery Corinthos to the islet on a trip this summer. Rick acted like he was going to be problematic about it, which led to some talk about Alexis since Diane wanted him to give her a break. After Rick realized Diane was in the circle on the blackmail, Diane sounded irked with herself for tilting her hand. At one point, Diane had a collision with Molly, so the contents of both their bags revealed out. That led to Molly accidentally putting the manila envelope marked Davis in her own bag. Molly noticed injured Cody in the staying area, so she set up about the steed incident and sat with him for a bit. As Molly removed stuff from her bag to do some work, she was affrighted when she stumbled across the papers to have Christina committed. At Carly Spencer's house, Christina and Dante clicked over their concern for Sonny as he prepared for his surgery in Los Angeles. Since both Sonny and Carly were gone, Christina was there watching Donna Corinthos. Latterly, Donna intimately called Sonny for a videotape converse, so he explained that he was in the sanitarium and fibbed about it being a scan. Christina ultimately got on the videotape call and assured Sonny as well as Carly that everything was under control back home. Donna was glad to be spending time with Christina, who latterly got a visit from Alexis and explained the babysitting situation. Christina took a moment to admit that she was thankful she was still around and could be there for Donna like this. At the in LA, Sonny's croaker explained the heart procedure and eventually set to operate on Sonny. Carly basically made Sonny promise that he'd pull through and stick around for his favored bones. In the OR, Sonny flashed to happy recollections with his kiddies and grandkids while the anesthesia took effect. Carly sounded nervous while she awaited for news, so Brick kept her company and approved of her being there for Sonny. Sonny will make it through the surgery, but some scary moments are still to come thanks to another attempt to wipe him off the chart. Brennan ever since he resurfaced with ties to the WSB and a once shrouded in secretiveness. From manipulating intel to dragging Jocelyn Joss Jacks into the agency's dangerous route, Brennan hasn't exactly painted himself as a saint. But as he's overgrown near to Carly Spencer, observers have started to wonder, has the former asset caught real passions? And further intriguingly, did those passions get in the way of his original charge, forcing someone differently to take the arm, someone like Colette Moreau? There's no denying that Jack's interest in Carly started off looking calculated. Given her once ties to Sonny Corinthos and the reach of her influence in Port Charles, she's a high person to cozy up to for anyone wanting intel or influence. But commodity has shifted. Jack has started to let his guard down around Carly in a way that doesn't scream strategy. His address has softened, his protectiveness has grown more particular, and those moping ganders? Still, the WSB probably noticed if Jack did go soft. Hugh Colette, a woman who seems further than willing to do what Jack went. Her presence has formerly rattled Port Charles, but her rearmost move says it all, a hype. In hand, poised over Sonny's sanitarium bed. It's nipping, and it suggests that someone wants Sonny out of the picture permanently. Could Colette have been transferred in because Jack dithered? Still, who still has complex ties to her partner, Colette may be the agency's plan B, effective, impassive, if he refuses to take out Sonny, conceivably to cover Carly. That's the million-bone question. Is Jack complicit in Colette's deadly charge, or is he as in the dark as everyone differently? His history suggests he's able of playing both sides, but if he has truly fallen for Carly, he may have chosen to withhold crucial information rather than help take down Sonny. However, Jack may be further of an supporter than suckers gave him credit for, if that's the case. Or he's still playing the long game, and Carly and everyone differently is being played. Either way, the pressure is boiling. With Colette lurking and Sonny's life hanging in the balance, Carly may soon find out just how important of Jack's heart is real and how important was a mask each on. Nina Reeves is poised to make a questionable decision, performing in a dirty move. Will she go so far as to take and sabotage Drew Kane's legal guardian documents, which are formerly a ticking time lemon? Drew put Willow Corinthos in a tough position by presenting her with those documents, prevailing her to relinquish her maternal rights. Willow acceded to the arrangement, stating that if anything were to be to her, she wishes for Drew to become the legal guardian of Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos. While it remains uncertain if Drew can apply this in court, Nina is bound to be taken suddenly when she discovers Drew's rearmost attempt to ply control over Willow. Given that concession has been Nina's guiding principle lately, she might provision Drew, complicating matters further. Drew is clearly enhancing the formerly tense situation involving Carly Spencer. The two grandmothers, who generally disaccord, both agree that Drew doesn't need to have guardianship of their collective grandchildren. Nina might believe that Drew's conduct could peril Willow's capability to retain guardianship of her children. Also, the study of Drew getting a legal guardian to her grandchildren is commodity Nina cannot tolerate under any circumstances. With the safe combination still in her possession, Nina could potentially swipe the legal guardian documents if Drew has hidden them there after Willow's hand. She might consider sneaking around formally more, hoping to avoid discovery this time. Drew could always have Willow subscribe another set of documents, but Nina might be hoping to reach Willow before that occurs. In a hopeless attempt to baffle Drew's rearmost scheme, Nina could consider stealing and destroying the legal guardian paperwork. However, she might act innocent and suggest that he must have lost the documents, if Drew tries to condemn Nina subsequently. Nina could argue that it's for the stylish and contend that Willow needs to review her choice. It could harm chances of her keeping guardianship of the children. There are suggestions that Willow might start to lament her decision regarding the legal guardian issue if Drew's plans begin to unravel. He could come veritably angry.